Hello everybody, welcome back to one more of our tier list here, and today we're talking about ninjas and thieves, because yes, we combine them together. There's not a whole lot of ninjas, there's a decent amount of thieves, but we figured, you know, if we put them together, it's all good. Thank you, Ark, for redeeming the Twitch points, or channel points, for me to wear my Aura ears. It's perfect because we have Yugiri this list, so let's just get started with Final Fantasy 1 Thief. There's plenty of ninjas, you can't see them. FF1 Thieves! I don't know many people that use Final Fantasy 1 Thief. This is Lulu's theme, I think. Yeah, it is. They're pretty average. I mean, like, they're useful, sure. There's better classes. Like, the only reason you go Thief in FF1 is for Ninja, which we're gonna put in A tier right here. Ninja dishes out a lot of damage. The speed on ninjas is really good. They usually go first. Final Fantasy 1 Thieves are like an investment for endgame. You don't really start with them strong. They can equip daggers, I guess. They can do some damage. But if you go Thief, it's because you want an endgame ninja. It's not because you want a thief. I'd almost just put them in C tier. Ninja is where it's at. A tier, 100%. But for thieves, I don't know. Have you had success with thieves in FF1? I haven't. I have run many, many runs of Final Fantasy 1s, and just thieves just don't cut it. They're there until they turn into ninja, and then they're a powerhouse, so don't really care. Final Fantasy 2, we put Maria as your thief. She is the closest character in the game to be a thief in all of the guest characters, I guess we can call them. She's like a ninja pirate. She's really cool. Like, to me, Maria acts as a Ferris demo, I guess, like what they could do with a pirate lady. I think she's really cute. I really like her conversation, and she is, again, one of the most useful guest character at the point where she joins in the game. But she's not A tier. She's not that good. She's definitely not that good. Final Fantasy 3 Ninja, straight up S tier. Holy shit. I've known and seen many streamers, many content creators run Ninja endgame and just throw shurikens and beat the game. In Final Fantasy 3, ninjas are a fantastic investment. They come from your 4th crystal, and honestly, so ninjas are the expensive class because you have to buy the shurikens, and you can only buy them in Eureka. But they're worth it. They do a lot of damage. They can equip 2 swords. They have the speed stats. They are not that tanky, but their evasion is decent. Like, they're just so good. If you haven't played FF3, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a fantastic job. Final Fantasy 1 Thief. I mean, do you want to steal some potions? I like that it comes with a Final Fantasy wiki. You can steal some potions. A Thief comes out really early in game. I don't think they're busted, but I don't think they're useless. So we're gonna put them in B tier for now. I don't think I'm gonna move them, but I feel like it's worth it to have if you want to run, but that's about it. Not that useful. Final Fantasy 4 Edge. So I have a love-hate relationship with Edge. I think he was a fun character. I know a lot of people absolutely hate him. I think he's funny. Edge is a comic relief teenager.
Riku S tier, don't care what you say. I am not biased, you are.
I'm not biased, you are, kid with a 38 months. Thank you very much for that continued support. Super appreciated. 38 months on Twitch. Thank you. Edge is like A tier. He makes me laugh. I think he's got a consistency in his character. There is character growth, but at least it's consistent. In Final Fantasy IV, the after year, he's not the worst character, so... And he actually, like, has his own harem of ninjas. I think Edge is actually a solid character. He gets a lot of hate, but that's okay. We will appreciate him. It's okay. Alright, next up, let's do FF5 Thieves. I'm gonna put them top of B tier. FF5 Thieves is C hidden passages and basically nothing else, but it's really important if you're doing like specific item hunting. They're not that strong. They can steal potions. But it's just the fact that they have the utility of seeing the secret passages is a win in my book. I'm gonna put them in B tier. Do you want to have a thief the whole run? No, please do not. But if you really want to, at least you'll be able to see passages. So yeah. Hey Scott Not Jeroma, thank you for lurking before work. For getting back attack, and that's why they're top of B tiers, because you can generally recover from back attacks. But they're not gonna carry your game. Like they're not like thieves is not the reason why some bosses are easier than others. They're just kind of utility. However, then we have Final Fantasy V ninjas, which I actually think they're A tier. Another class that has a lot of physical power and speed, and that's like the beauty of ninjas. That's why ninjas are so popular generally, is because damage, especially in FF3, max damage early on. I believe FF3's ninja can be the first class to hit max damage without trying too hard. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Please tell me. I'd like to, have actual facts in my brain. They're just expensive. I'm trying to think. I don't really remember how much I've utilized FF5 ninjas, but they can be very useful. You had ninja in your FF5 endgame party, and what was your damage like endgame? Final Fantasy VI for the thieves. I prefer the term treasure hunter. Locke is absolutely so funny. I think he's a great main character. I know FF6 has multiple main characters, but I think Locke is great. Not only does he save Terra multiple times, he also saves Celeste a couple times. I think he's a great character. You don't remember having to heal during the final boss? Wow. Did you overgrind? Locke has a great personality, great character. He's got good character growth if you do like the World 3 stuff with him, but also like his spirit is just so good. I think he's like a fantastic token thief in the game. And then FF6 we also have Shadow. I have some gripes with Shadow. How you recruited him is actually kind of really annoying. If it wasn't for the fact that chat told me when I streamed it, oh god, 5-6 years ago, I don't think I would have known how to recruit Shadow. I don't think he's a great character, and I also don't think, I've never really used him that much. I don't think he's that powerful. But he's got the trust of a doggo, so he's actually gonna be, if Interceptor trusts him, I'm gonna have to put him in B tier at least. He's also like an important father figure. He's not even a figure. He's a secret father, and then, like it's just, his story's weird. His story is not developed enough. If they ever do a Final Fantasy VI remake, please give me a little bit more details. I don't know. In 0 points do I ever care about Shadow in FF6. I've only played it twice, but it's just meh. That's all I got. Final Fantasy VII Yuffie, S tier. Any questions? Didn't think so. Any arguments? Yeah, chat? No? Anything? Any reasons why Yuffie shouldn't be S tier? I didn't think so. Perfect. Moving on. Kyros in Final Fantasy VIII. So I wish it did more with Laguna, Kyros, and Ward in FF8. And Kyros is the one that, like, not matters the least, but, like, he gets no light in the game, right? He's the only Final Fantasy characters to have katars. I think he's really cool. His stance is cool. His limit break is cool. I'm just really sad that he just doesn't get... Sorry. The headband is itchy. He doesn't really get put in the light enough to be an important character, but I think Kyros is actually really cool. Kyros and Ward needed more story, I think. Ninjas can do really solid damage in Final Fantasy V thanks to being able to throw at, they can throw anything. Significant damage boost elemental scrolls. I think, yeah, I think ninjas in most Final Fantasies, ninja as a class is pretty solid. In Final Fantasy IX, we have our main character being the thief, and this time we're talking about Zidane, and I love Zidane. I think Zidane is fantastic in writing. I think his personality shines through the writing, absolutely. His resolve is fantastic. I just really like the character a lot. He's probably one of the worst Final Fantasy thief, like in terms of steal rate. Burger would know. But I think FF12 handled Zidane and stealing really well, and I think he's a top tier character. FF9 has I love all the Final Fantasies. Like every Final Fantasy has a soft spot in my heart, but I think Zidane is great. I think that even in Endgame, his resolve is strong. His character development is great. The whole "you're not alone" part of the game was just like so relatable in a way. We're gonna have to look at what S tier looks like, but right now he's top of A tier. He might go to S, but we have a couple really important characters coming up, so I don't know. I didn't really utilize Yuffie too much in the original. Really? Oh man, as soon as I unlock Yuffie, it's usually like Yuffie Tifa party. Although, Yuffie is one of the characters that if you don't know, you can recruit her. You could technically never see her if you're not lucky enough, and you could encounter her, not know how to recruit her, and completely miss out. And that's happened a lot to people that didn't know she existed. Same thing with Vincent, if you don't know where to find him. Final Fantasy 10, Riku. Here we go. Yes, she's S tier. That's right. Is she better than Yuffie? I do like her better than Yuffie. So, in Final Fantasy X, she's more like a chemist thief, and in Final Fantasy X-2, she's a pure thief. And I really like her. Like, I think she's the only character that knows what's going on from the get-go, which I thought was really cool. But, like, Riku is such a lovable character. She's smarter than she acts 100%. Like, she acts dumb a lot, and maybe it's partially part of how she was voiced. Great voice, but sometimes just the pronunciation of things can change the personality in the voice. But I think she was well written, and what she tries to do in FF10 for Yuna is so honorable that you just want to hug her, you know? And, like, Riku's a character of a race that's been oppressed in Final Fantasy X, and still her spirit is not crushed by all of it. It's just so good to see. She has a fight with her dad. Don't care, I'm gonna save the world, you know? Like, Riku's a fantastic character. She is so loved by many for many reasons. And I feel like if I don't put her in S tier, people are just never gonna come see me ever again. But I really like her. In Final Fantasy X, you do have to learn how her overdrive works, sure. There is a whole book full of it to teach you there's a table to teach you how it works, but it's so good. You can fight penance with just her, basically. She has the power to end the world. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for all of my friends that play Opera Omnia. She's still not a playable character for some reason. It's odd. It's very odd. Then we jump into Final Fantasy X-2, and we have just the Thief class, which is okay. I'm gonna put it as a B. So it's very useful because you got the sticky finger, you have the Steel Experience, Steel Gill, which early game, very good to give you a little bit of an edge, like a little bit of an advantage. But like as soon as you start unlocking dress spheres, unless you actually want to steal things, I don't find it that useful. I don't find Thief to be good end game other than speed. However, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, we're gonna put her in B tier. There is a trophy in Final Fantasy X-2 where you have to get a 99 chain. And you can do it in two ways. You can use the gunner trigger happy, but you have to time it very quickly or very, very precisely. There's another way that you can do it with slowing the enemy and actually using, because the Thief is one of the class that will actually chain, because there's 2 physical attacks. And that's really rare for the jobs in Final Fantasy X-2. So there is a way that you can, with 3 thieves, time it properly, haste them, and continue that 99 chain, and that's how I've got it. I don't remember if there's a video. Maybe there's a video of me doing it, but 99 chains with 3 thieves. Not easy, but doable. And I think because of this, I'm gonna put her in A tier because thief is very good for chain damage. Like, you can trigger happy, then hit with double thief, and then a black magic spell would do so much more damage than just a regular black damage spell. So, to no shock to anybody that know me whatsoever, Vaughn goes in D tier.
Nice fun.
Why is he even in Final Fantasy 12? We don't know. Burger was ready, yeah. He's a thief, he's awful at it. Then he wants to become a hunter, which he's okay at. But like, the only redeeming factor, he's still gonna be a D tier, but Vaughn has the best stats in the game, and I still don't want to use him. I used him in my new game minus with guns, which worked really well because he's the best candidates for a level 1 Vaughn is actually okay at gunner because the way that guns work in FF12, it doesn't really scale with your level and stuff. So it was very useful in a new game minus run, which if you've never done a new game minus run in FF12, do yourself a favor and don't do it. I don't actually recommend it. I've done it. I don't recommend it. Yeah, he's only important because of his brother.
Right, tickets, please.
Tickets, please. Thank you, Mike, for the 100 bits. I don't know. I don't think he's a good character. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Final Fantasy 14. Well, Thancred. It's technically better than Vaughn. Kind of. Oh, it is FF15. I'm like, what is this from? I've talked about this in my Warrior and Fighters. I don't like Thancred. Not a whole lot that can change my mind. The only really cool factor is that he's now a gunbreaker. But he used to be a rogue, and he was still pretty bad at it, so D tier. But the Final Fantasy 14 ninja, hello, Yugiri. I would put her in S tier if she was still important in the story. But in Stormblood, I think she's my favorite character of Stormblood. I really, really like Yugiri. I think she's, well, she's very important, actually. She does start a little bit in Heavensward, if I remember correctly. She was the first Aura NPC. I think she's good. Is she S tier? Not so much because she doesn't really appear nowadays, but I still think that she's a cool character, so. She's the OG Aura. I think she was the race reveal. Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong? I believe she's the first time we've seen a dragon person, and then that was when the race got released. I wasn't a player at that time. Yeah, but she had a hood, right? So you couldn't see that she was a dragon girl with horns. To no surprise whatsoever, Ignis is a S tier to me. So we put him as a ninja thief because he fights with 2 daggers. He's also incredibly smart.
That's it. I've
come up with a new recipe. Too bad he can't see where he's on the list. He can see fine, kind of. This is very biased. I have a thing for tall guys with glasses wearing suits. Like, he's just that, right? He's incredibly smart. He can cook. I don't know, Ignis is a great character. You can't change my mind. Like, he's a top tier husbando, therefore top of S tier for me. Final Fantasy 16 has another really, really cool, I guess he's more a thief / scout, but Gav. And I'm gonna put Gav above Locke here because he's just hilarious. So Gav is actually so important to Final Fantasy 16. There are many things that we would not have been able to do in the game without him. And he's just... he's high-spirited, he's clever, but he's also the voice of the player. Like, there's a lot of swears, there's a lot of, like, what the fuck's going on? Like, he tells things as it is. He gets excited. He's there for Clive and for the hideaway. He's there for his friends. You can count on Gav, and he's a top-tier scout. I think he's a fantastic character. I think he's got a great storyline. Just love the character so much. S tier for me. Above Locke because, I don't know, Locke and Gav are very similar where they have like the right sense of humor and their heart's in the right place, but Gav just does it a little bit more crude, and I really like that about him. Next up we got Ram in Type 0. I would put her above Shadow. She's good. Her abilities are weird, like fighting with her is a little bit weird because she kind of floats around a little bit, but she can be very strong. Her personality is average. Yeah, I have to put her in B tier because she's got nothing extravagant to talk about, but she's not terrible either, so I feel like B is pretty average. You disliked her in Defu. Well, she was one of the starting character if I remember correctly, and she gets outpowered so quickly it doesn't even matter. Final Fantasy Tactics Thieves. They got Steelheart. Steelheart is very useful, but I don't have much to say about them. You definitely want to level Thieves if you want to go to Ninja in Final Fantasy Tactics, but they're not the best class. They're fast. Steelheart has saved many runs for me. I'm trying to think. Equip Dagger, sure. Steal stuff. They're very useful. I guess we actually can put them in the bottom of A tier. Very useful for the top tier items in the game that you can steal, but other than that, like... Can't move. Oh, because that's all barred. That's right. But yeah, like thinking there's specific fights in Final Fantasy Tactics where you can steal the best accessories in the game or the best equipment in the game, and that's when you want to bring a thief. But you don't bring thief for damage, and you don't bring thief just to kind of run around and steal heart, even though it can be clutch. However, Ninja in Final Fantasy Tactics is probably like right here. Every single, and I've played Final Fantasy Tactics many times, but every single run of Final Fantasy Tactics, I go straight for a ninja build because 2 swords is just so OP on all of the other classes. The reaction skill to become transparent is so good. Ninja has such good utility. It's insane. You can have Ninja with unarmed strike to do just double punching, which is also incredibly strong. They can throw the balls, they can throw the shurikens like in FF3. I feel like I need to bring that here. And then they can throw your old equipment you don't need anymore. There's just so much utility out of the Final Fantasy Tactic ninjas that I would highly recommend that you always run one. Or level up on everybody and have 2 swords on everybody. It's just, the versatility is top tier. Then we run into Final Fantasy Tactics Advance and Advance 2 with the Thief, which is actually not that great. Again, Thief you want to run if you want to steal something specifically, but like just for combat, no reasons other than unlock other jobs. Like the ninjas, which I'm going to put in, well, in Tactics Advance 2, the ninjas are very strong. Is it better? It's not better. Better than the Thieves in 10-2. Better than Edge, maybe not. I think I'm going to put them in low mid, A tier. They have uses. So in Tactics Events 2, they have elemental spells, which can be good because you have like a slate of all of the different elements. So you can take advantage and exploit all the elemental weaknesses, but situational. I believe Vieras can be ninjas as well. Or no, they can be assassin. And it's, again, situational. I'm looking. So Ignis top, yeah, for sure. FF3, I think I have to put FF3 ninjas so high just because they're so good. Riku, obviously, the ninjas. Yuffie, Gav, Locke, yeah. Yeah. FF5 ninjas, Kyros, Maria. I feel like I want to move Maria here. Yeah, I think that's it, friends. I think that's my Thief and Ninja tier list. If you didn't see Ignis coming on top 1, well, that means you don't know me much, but that was like a given. And Vaughn bottom tier. Vaughn and Thancred, yeah, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty happy with how that turns out, so we're gonna end the tier list here for Thief and Ninja. If you're here on Twitch, we're gonna continue with Final Fantasy Range. If you're on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next